When most people open a trading account with just $100, their mind instantly snaps into get-rich-quick mode. They imagine doubling the account in a week, reaching $1,000 in a month. And before long, they're already daydreaming about quitting their job. That mindset is exactly why most never make it past their first year. Because turning $100 into $10,000 or even $1,000 has nothing to do with speed. It has everything to do with your ability to think in decades, not days. The mindset that makes this possible has a name you've heard before, but probably never truly understood. The compounding mindset. The belief that slow, steady, strategic growth will always defeat reckless, fast, adrenaline-fueled gains. This is the mindset that created fortunes for real-world legends. Warren Buffett, who turned $6,000 into over $100 billion not by chasing fast money, but by compounding patiently for 60-plus years. Richard Dennis, who started with a borrowed $1,600 in the early 1970s and compounded it into over $200 million by following strict trend-following rules. Tudor Jones, who famously said, "The most important rule of trading is to play great defense." Jesse Livermore, whose early lesson was simple: protect your capital first, profit comes after. None of them became great because of one miracle trade. They became great because of thousands of disciplined, boring, consistent decisions magnified over time. Most beginners look at $100 and think, it's nothing. A future millionaire looks at that same $100 and sees a seed. You don't eat the seed, you plant it, water it, protect it. If you keep digging it up to check whether it's growing fast enough, you kill it. Trading works the same way. Jumping into random setups because you're bored, risking half your account on one perfect trade, or forcing trades to get rich today, is how small accounts die. A $100 account demands respect, because how you treat small money is exactly how you'll treat big money. Here's where the math becomes shocking. If you grow just 5% per week, your $100 becomes around $10,000 in under 5 years, and 6 figures if you keep the same discipline, and eventually 7 figures if you keep compounding. The process doesn't change, only the number of zeros does. But here's the tragedy. Most traders never get to experience this. Because instead of compounding, they gamble. They take $100 and risk $50 on one trade because, if it wins, I'm up big instantly. But they never think about what happens when that trade loses, or when it loses twice. The account is nearly gone. Their emotions are shattered. Their confidence collapses. This is exactly where the compounding mindset separates winners from losers. Winners don't measure success by a single trade, or a single day, or even a single week. They measure success over months, quarters, and years. A true historical example. In the 1970s, Richard Dennis borrowed about $1,600 to start trading. He didn't chase home runs. He followed strict trend-following rules, risked small percentages, kept his losses tiny, and let time do the heavy lifting. Within a decade, he turned that $1,600 into over $200 million, not by speed, not by luck, but by patience, discipline, and compounding. If a man in the 1970s with no advanced charting tools could turn 600 into 200 million, why can't you respect your $100? The compounding mindset also transforms how you see losses. Most traders panic at a 2% loss. They feel like they're moving backward. A long-term trader knows better. Losses are the cost of doing business. They are part of the system. A 2% loss today can be recovered with time, but only if you don't destroy your account emotionally. Revenge trading is how accounts and careers end. The compounding mindset removes this emotional pressure. It shifts your focus from "get rich right now" to "make the right decision again and again." That single shift reduces stress and increases clarity more than any indicator ever will. And then there's comparison, the silent killer. You see someone online turn $500 into $5,000 in a week. But what you don't see is that they risked 180% per trade, and that same account probably blew up 2 weeks later. Fast money impresses beginners. Slow money impresses professionals. The compounding mindset says, build your journey at your pace, follow rules that protect you, Aim for consistency, not excitement. A 35% weekly target may look small on a $100 account, but apply the same rules at 5,000, 50,000, 500,000, and suddenly those small numbers become life-changing. Starting small isn't a disadvantage, it's a blessing. It forces you to control risk, manage emotions, follow rules, build discipline, master patience before you ever touch big money. If you can't respect $100, you'll never respect $100,000. Same game, bigger scoreboard. Compounding isn't just about money, it's about identity. When you adopt this mindset, you stop being a gambler and start becoming a professional. Professionals think in systems, probabilities, decades. Gamblers think in luck, hunches, miracle trades. The market rewards professionals and punishes gamblers. Your $100 isn't small. It's your training ground, the place where you build the only edge that never decays. Ruthless, unshakable, patience.